today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. Rams taking on the New York Giants.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they enter play. An early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Now the first carry for Cam Akers. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, 1st down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
2 1st downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Akers. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 113 yards, and a score.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Kaepernick going to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Giants go to work on offense for the first time, and it's Daniel Jones leading the way, the number 6 pick in the 2019 draft.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
On 1st and 10, Jones, open receiver, that's Caden Smith, the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
10 yards on the big
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding these soft. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Well, Aaron Donald just so strong they can't block him, and he records the sack. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now Jones. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Giants 3, Rams nothing.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it down from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
25-yard line.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Jones. It's complete to Golden Tate. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
15. And the Giants first down.
Nothing after one on EA Sports.
Giants 3, Rams nothing.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. That's complete, right around the 8. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
New York.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
So second and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His second touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong color jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision, right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are and what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots, now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Malcolm Butler dialed the corner blitz and earned the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. Able to slither by. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. On 1st down, Kaepernick. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Cooper Kupp had a big season in 2019. Also saw the emergence of tight end Tyler Higbee for the Rams. He really jumped up his game about the last month of the season. But when it came time to ring the bell and get into the end zone, the Rams still looked towards Kupp. 10 touchdowns in 2019. Runs his routes with great precision and intelligence.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now Kaepernick. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Giants! Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Boy, Saquon Barkley, nothing short of electrifying with a football in his hands, and he showed off one of his biggest attributes on that one, and that is his speed.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Let's see now what Colin Kaepernick has been up to so far in this game. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe the offensive coordinator says, okay, let's do a few of the shorter throws, quick rhythm throws where the ball's out of his hand quickly into a receiver before the defense can react. Maybe not take so many shots downfield, just in case. Get your confidence back up, and then later on, you expand the targets again.
The KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid.
I love it. I love it.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Going up top for Kupp. That's caught inside the 20. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. I believe it was you, Mr. Davis, who said something about them opening things up, taking shots downfield because that D might gang up against the run, and we just saw evidence of why that was a good idea.
And indeed, my friend, just like a broken watch is right twice a day, I get them right right every now and then.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. 20-10 was the final. From there, it's off to Southern Nevada. Check out the action going on beside the neon lights of Las Vegas. And they trail the visiting Bills in that ball game at halftime. Josh Allen has a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. 24-10 was your final. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10. At their own 23-yard.
New York ready to go again offensively. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He's brought down by Terrell Burgess. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Operating from the gun, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley.
Pass complete to Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 2.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Got a man, Slayton. Powers past him at midfield. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. From the gun, Jones. Over the middle, complete to Tate. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd down.
Jones now from the gun on 3rd down. Looking for Shepard deep, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And that one off the mark, a little late with a throw.
37-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will swell the lead to 16.
3, Rams 7.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit.
Up into the last 5 weeks of the 2019 season, if you had said, who is Tyler Higbee? You might have got some blank stares back, but down the stretch, only Julio Jones and Michael Thomas had more targets in the final month of the 2019 season. A breakout year for Tyler Higbee. He expects to continue those types of numbers and beyond going forward.
On play action, it's Kaepernick. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Play action, now Kaepernick. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there, got him some extra yardage.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Now the deep... offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And that's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
2 yards to go on third down, Barkley. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun. Jones, short throw to Smith. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the gun, Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. So this one maybe not in the win column just yet. Instead of adding 3 to their 4th quarter lead, they surrender 6 the other direction on the blocked field goal return.
And how about the awareness defensively? Because it's one thing to block it. It's absolutely another to locate it, scoop it, and take it the other way. Just an incredible job right there.
Big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. Now it's the backup Goff. That's caught at the 2. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. A very pivotal 2-point try that does not go their way now. It's a big uphill battle for the rest of the 4th quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a 1-score game, right? Touchdown, get 2, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's third.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard
L.A. readies for its next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8.
at the 43-yard line.
Off play action to Akers. Here's Goff. Airing it out deep for Wood. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And New York set to take the field. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
First by him near the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Saquon Barkley. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still second down.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On third down, Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And remember, he had one blocked earlier. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
20.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. So Goff and the Rams down by 6, a little under a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Play action. It's Goff. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline, because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So for the Giants, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.